family situations, tariffs, plane crashes. What else can we ever talk about?
Well, no, that was pretty much it. That's been the three ones.
The Venezuelans.
That was just normal time. But we have talked about the plane crashes, Twin Towers, and the
Tariffs.
tariffs. I wonder what people think about that. Usually y'all listen to the podcasters.
Yeah, the big
They
boys.
think they know it all.
Joe
And no,
Rogan.
they might know more than us. But we're the regular folks, the normal people.
Yeah, well, we actually
What's
have.
your view on it? I'm not stupid.
We,
You're not stupid.
we actually have these conversations without doing this all
America
the time.
runs on us.
Yes, us
They
kind
can't
of.
see you. Show me you are.
No, I can't.
Come on. They want to see you.
They don't.
Let them know. Let them know. So they know.
I'm right here.
It's the way folks. It's the way folks over here.
That's Tony. He's not white. Goku.
They know what era I'm from. Just if you know Goku, you know what era I'm from.
You know when he grew up.
So, my question here is, we see this on the news every day. I don't know, like the song playing in the background. No, we don't pay the rights to the music. I just want to.
We do not own the copyright.
We don't. But I'm question for you people there. What do you think about the tariffs?
Yeah, what do you think about the tariffs? Do you think these tariffs are going to hurt the country long term? Do you think they're going to hurt us short term? Because they're hurting us, obviously. Prices are going
We've
up.
been getting hurt already. We're just gonna get a little worse.
Yeah.
But what is your view on it? You know, like,
What do you think? Do you think these tariffs are good or not? You know, that's the question. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, do you think these tariffs are good for America? Let's not talk about the world right now. For America. Or not. Obviously, right now, most people are probably saying no. Right? Like if you did a study.
okay, I have a question that I've seen from the viewers that probably want to watch this video. I heard someone say, well, we need to grow up in America, farm in America, support our farmers. Here's the fucking problem. From what I've seen on the news, ABC, NBC, whatever news you watch, YouTube, Bill Gates is trying to buy most of the farmlands and is killing farmers. They have been, what do you think all those chemical spills and all this shit in those lands have done? They have destroyed the land. Why? They're killing farmers. Little by little, farmers can make money. They're closing. Bill Gates is trying to be the farmer of America. He said it. You go to Walmart, you can find this fake avocado. For real, it's genetically grown. Like
You find fake everything.
You want fruits without seeds? I like fruits with seeds. Trust me. I do.
Be careful saying hi to these people on here, talking to them at all. I'm not even kidding, dude.
But I don't know. A lot of people might say, "Oh, they might not understand tariffs at all," to be honest. But that's why we're here, right?
Yeah, and most people
We don't know a lot about
short-term.
them either. Maybe Jesse knows more than me, or maybe we know.
Well, the problem with the
You guys
tariffs
know
is
more than us.
most people think in their minds, short term. They're thinking that it's gonna like last forever. Like they can't think outside of their little box. Once the tariffs, once China and the United States make an agreement and come to terms with, agreeing on the same amount for the tariffs, whatever they're gonna do, 10%, 10%, 20%, 20%, but just so it's even and America's not getting ripped off anymore, I think the whole world's economy will be better. But are they, right now, if you were to ask me, are the tariffs good for the country right now? Right now in this moment. Are they good for right now for this year? No. Nope.
I don't even know.
Long term, I think they're
This
gonna be
is the
good.
reason why I saw this today. Because I needed to learn more about tariffs, right? So this is exactly how this person explained it. And this is in the news. It was happening on the news so we could understand live what it was all about. So they said, let's put Uncle Sam was the United States, and Dragon is China. The United States owes China so much fucking money? Why the fuck do we owe China so much money?
Because China has been taxing us more on tariffs for years.
No, they're selling the ballots. No, if you don't know what ballots are when it comes to this, Google it. It explained it right there. What it is some paper where the agreement is.
They're also suing us.
And they're selling now this ballots to other countries. So they can have the United States as you owe us now. This is how they explain it. So, tariffs work as the person explained it. So imagine right now he said, okay, well, let's say something costs $100. It went from 100 to 150. Now it might be 200 because it's going both ways, not just one way. They've been hitting us for years. Now we're hitting them back. Now they want to hit it worse.
Yep.
That's what's going on. Yeah, we're gonna get hurt. They've already been doing it. Why the hell is the strongest nation in the world in debt with China, Japan, and to other countries? Why?
Because we've been letting other countries fuck us over for years.
Well, they're
Here's
still
why.
getting free military service.
For years.
Look what Biden did.
Yeah, look
I
what
don't care who
Biden
you
did.
follow. You could be a Democrat or Republican. I could give a shit.
Yeah, look what Biden did. Look what Biden did. What did he do?
This motherfucker.
Tell them. What did
I'm done with
Biden
it
do?
because I wasn't even smoking because talking to you guys smoke. This motherfucker left what, trillions, billions of dollars worth of weapons, tanks,
In the Middle East.
planes for the Taliban in the Middle East. From what I heard in the news today, Trump's trying to get all that shit back. He was sending a plane out there.
Trump. You think he's gonna get it? You think Trump's gonna get all
I don't know.
all damaged and fucking all
They might buy me before they take it.
Yeah.
But one thing is for sure, I hope it doesn't because we all have kids we want to raise and send them up. But I'm scared of what might be coming, man.
I'll tell you what, these tariffs are not long term. You know, that's the problem with people's, thought process on these
this
tariffs.
is just what? How many months
Hold
in?
on, let's go back to what he said. Stuff was $100. We've already been getting fucked. Stuff's $100. Now the tariffs come in, it's $150 now. They go up to $200, right?
When they put their tariff again.
Yep. When they put theirs again, he said they'll go up to 200. You think that's gonna last forever? This is the problem. People can't see past that. Yeah, they are gonna go up. Shit's gonna go up, but it's not gonna last forever. Things are gonna go back down. It's just like gas prices, but people are only looking short term. It's
How many
just like
months-
gas
it's
prices.
just, what, how many months in? 2?
4 to his presidency.
No, 2 months in this bullshit with the tariff.
Tariffs?
Yeah. You think that's gonna pass
In all
this year
honesty,
or probably next year?
No tariffs have even went into effect, except for China. They're the only tariffs. They've put a pause on all other tariffs.
Except China.
Except
China wants to be an
China.
about it. Even though the president says they're good, his own people are posting videos online saying they're fucked. My bad for the language, but they're screwed up. That supposedly they're closing businesses out there that can't afford it to pay containers now. Why? Because China was taking advantage of the Panama Canal. Did you guys know that?
China's been taking advantage of.
So the United States wanted it back and made another agreement with Panama that if you don't fucking take that shit out of China's hands again, we're gonna take that shit back. So they decided that they're gonna be the ones running it, they're not gonna let China put their 2 cents in it. Even though Panama just decided to open one of the biggest ports in Peru. So they had to just go straight to Peru, and from Peru, send this stuff in a train to Mexico, and then from Mexico, try to get it in the United States. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't know that one. Or if you did, well, shit, you watch the news like I do. And you read up on it too, and make sure you go Google it, and make sure you watch different news. Am I right?
Yes.
About China opening a huge port in Peru?
Mm-hmm.
Go to YouTube. The motherfucker's big. Suppose that's the way for them to strike back at the United States, because according to, you remember when in Boston they stopped all those ships from coming into the port? You guys remember a couple of days they were stopped? Well, they had they had two theories. Number one theory was that they're trying to use robots now to unload these containers and they would longer need humans. The other theory was that they're being charged too much now, they're not paying the employees enough. And China's making money on the employees over here now. So China knew that was coming, so they built one of the biggest ports. I don't know how big it was, one huge port. So they could come straight to Peru, to the ocean. From there, send their shit to a train that goes straight all the way to Central America to Mexico. From there, try to get it in the United States, trying to steal the United States over. See how that works.
And in the end, no matter what anybody says, you have this right here. Here you go. There you go. Can you read that? I'll read it out for you. America is the world's largest importer in the world of goods, of everything. We buy everything from everybody else. We do. And we also, buy from ourselves like this much percent compared to buying from the rest of the world. America makes up.
You know how you clean this? You know how you let these people know what's up? When you tell them the United States gets more imported cars from around the fucking world, but they don't buy as much American car from us to them. Hell no. Oh, well, Germany, China, Japan.
Germany,
you see how many cars from those countries come here?
Did you know that Germany is the third largest importer of goods in the world? Not any other country. Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Germany. Here's a list of the largest importers. Price from 2023 year. That's just
so meaning that they need countries to buy from them, right?
No, they buy. Import means you're taking stuff in.
Well, I thought they imported to other countries. US, China, Germany. Wow. France is there too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look at us. Number one.
Number one.
Showing people.
So I already did. Well, here you go. This is the 2023 report. I was looking for the 2024, but didn't find it so far, so wishing I could get the 2024. But it won't go up to 2024, so I can't. It's not showing me 2024s for some reason. That's the year I would like to get it. That's the most recent thing I could find on that right there, as far as like who imports what, who takes in what, and who buys the most from the rest of the world. And in the end, it's the United States.
Check this out. This is a funny one.
Then tariffs don't mean shit in the end. In the end, and that's what people need to look at. The end, our children are the end, not us. Our children. They're going to be the ones paying in the future or not paying. That's what matters.
Check this out. According to news, census, whatever you want to call it, the United States is the #1 country in the world where most Spanish speakers live. And I said to myself, what? You got Venezuela, Guatemala, Colombia, Peru, Salvador, Mexico. I said to myself, when they meant Spanish speakers, just so you guys can understand this, when they said the United States has more Spanish speaker people in the world, I don't know what they meant by it, if they meant bilingual or not, because Mexico itself is 230 something million people. And the United States has 374. It's like that's, and then if you put Guatemala and all those countries and Spain, they're probably at 500 million, way more than the United States has people. So I don't understand where they got this. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that they're lying because we did the numbers ourselves on how many Spanish people are in America, how many black people are in America, and how many Asians.
We did it ourselves, right?
Me and you did
So
that.
when they put that on the news,
It's bullshit.
what do you think about it? Lies,
It's
right?
bullshit.
How the fuck are you gonna say that we have more Spanish speakers in the world when they have countries that have way more, like 3 more countries and they make more than the United States.
That's impossible when you go to
It's
numbers.
just, yeah.
Like you just said, how many?
Can you Google that, man?
Yeah.
That made me mad when I saw that news. I
The
need to
numbers
say something
or
about
the
it.
how many Americans?
The why
How
they say
how many?
Spanish speakers.
How many
The United States has the most Spanish speakers.
What country has the most Spanish speakers?
Yeah.
Google that question.
But why did they put that on the news? Is what we should share some
What country has zero Spanish speaking, right? Mexico has the world's largest speaking population. Now this is Google, he watched the news, remember this.
I knew that already, that's why I mentioned Mexico, remember?
By a wide margin, but the US currently has the world's 4th largest Spanish speaking population when measuring native Spanish speakers. In fact, the US has 40 times the number of Spanish speakers of any other country where Spanish is not an official language. Okay, so the US has any country that's not, that Spanish isn't
Why would you
official.
compare that to your, those
We
Spanish-
have 40 times the amount of Spanish people speaking to
Well, all like those countries probably just have
so
10,000
that's,
people.
that's where we're number one
Yes.
right there. But Mexico still has the top spot. But we knew that, when you said that, I knew that right away, because me and you did the numbers of how many people alone. And I'm telling you, the whites, the whites aren't all speaking Spanish. And they're like, they made up 190 million, I don't even remember how many million people in America. Too many.
Can you ask the,
Yeah, we will.
can you ask Google this question? That'd be
How
racist.
many-
I just need to know this question to see what Google says.
How
How many states have black people in the United States? I just want to know. And I'm not racist, man. My family is black, so I just need to know because I read something one time that said not every state has some, and I was like, no way. It's not right.
Absolutely. It's gonna say 50.
I expect it to say 50.
It is. How many states have black people living in them, right?
Yes.
In America. Alright, here we go, here's the answer. You want the answer for this question? Here we go. The question was, ask it, Tony.
To make it easier for you guys, do every state in the United States of America have black people living in them? Because one time I read an article that said they didn't, but you never read articles.
All 50 United States have black, all 50 US states have black or African American residents, while the population distribution varies.
So I have to say that.
The black population is present in every state. Okay, then states with high concentrations, states with lower concentrations.
Hold on. Is Chicago and Texas one of the two starting maybe? I don't know, New York, but Chicago usually.
With high, it says, weirdly, Illinois is not one of them.
No!
Listen, yeah, they're lying. You know this is bullshit.
This is bullshit, because I know.
Listen, top states include Texas,
Because of the other people.
Florida, Georgia, New York, and California.
Get out of here!
hmm Low states. It don't even name the states. It just said states in the West and Midwest
Really, the West.
generally have smaller black populations compared to the South. The South, the place where the Civil War was fought to keep them slaves, dude. The South. There's more blacks in the South. What the fuck? Why?
That's where they were concentrating the most.
Yep.
Well, we asked the question. Now we know where Hispanics are. You even have to ask the question.
How many white people live in the United States of America?
212 million.
I was-
2023.
I was wrong. I said 190 million. 212 million out of 250. How many people lived in America in 2023?
334,914,895.
334 million.
How much are we now?
350. Yeah. How many white people live in America today?
212 million,
2023.
2023.
No, the amount of Americans, we went from 233 million to almost.
How many Americans live in America today? 346 or 350. So just say 350, and there's 212. That's April. Look, it says the whole, but it won't give us. Like,
So in the
white.
last 2 years, we went up from 33 to almost 50.
Mhm. And in those 2 years, whites were at 212. 212 million people out of 350.
Jesus. You know who all those people are, right?
Today, 225. Hear me?
Americans.
White Americans. Hear me? 225 white Americans, 346 total. Now, how many are Latino?
30 million or 60?
We did have that, remember? We had the numbers.
I think it was 30 million Mexicans, and the other is just
The bigger number was black.
mixed.
How many Latinos live in America today? 63. 63.
That was right. That was.
How many blacks live in America today? They're the bigger number.
41.31 million,
How are the
2023.
Latinos bigger? So you guys make up the number, that 100 million, that's you guys. Latinos and the blacks.
There's more, but none of them going to the census. Right?
Asians and Native Americans make up a couple mil, remember?
How many more million you think Hispanics that don't sign up for the census and all that shit?
Not another 100 million.
I think about maybe 5.
Hear me? Not another 100 million. I'll tell you that. No possible way they got. And they're deporting almost every fucking one they can get their hands on right now. Even the ones in
Talking about that.
schools.
We went from talking about just homeland and deportations. I haven't heard shit about that lately in the news. Not the news. I haven't.
You haven't been paying attention. They just, this lady's going around, I can't remember her name, with him. And she's like strapping up with guns and going getting in high level fucking gangsters in the middle of the night. This lady's going around with him. Yeah, he's still doing it. In fact, now they're getting worse.
I'm glad they're not showing the news every minute, but like you're like.
They are, you're not watching it. You're not watching it. I just told you.
I haven't seen it.
You're not
And you know what's
watching.
funny? It was popping up every damn moment because I was probably
You're not
watching it.
Googling it. Yeah. Yeah.
But now, since I'm watching terrorists, it's all I get now.
They're definitely, hear me, they're definitely still deporting as many people as they can. In fact, they're getting worse with it. Now they're shutting down people's, not green cards, where they come here to go to school. Is that called?
DACA.
Yeah, they're revoking those. They're revoking those, but they're mostly like people who are committing hate crimes against like Jews and stuff because of the Jewish thing going on right now. See, the tariffs are overriding everything that's been going on, and people are forgetting that Jews have been like getting, ever since October 7th, Jews have been getting fucking shunned off college campuses and mistreated for years, but these tariffs are just like taking over the fact that there's so much more going on in the world and in America alone than these tariffs. And these tariffs are short term. That hateful shit, that hateful behavior, that's long term. You can't get that out of somebody. When another race hates you, you can't get that out of them. Hear me? Nope. What has to happen?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
What has to happen? Then people have to die off and new people have to...
Have you heard on the news about the Carmelo Anthony stabbing that happened? What's your thoughts about it? I need to
Well,
know
I
his
don't
thoughts
like
about
this. I don't like this about it. People who have big followers on YouTube, and these are all the people you're hearing your information from. All these people. These big followers are pushing an agenda one way or another. It's either for the white kid or the black kid. And we don't know what the fuck happened. Hear me? We don't know what happened in that situation.
You've heard both stories.
Both sides. The one side, I'm going to tell what I've heard. Two sides of this story. One side, the white kids come up all aggressive. Tell them, basically, get the fuck out of our spot. You don't belong here. Then they put their hands on them.
Twins.
Yeah, all aggressive. This is what I've heard. And then the kid tells them, before they even touch him, he tells them, you put your hands on me, find out. And then they put their hands on him. and he pulled a knife out and stabbed him in the chest. The other thing that's being spread around, hold on, no, let me finish. The other thing being spread around on the other side of this is this, that they walked up to him, this I don't believe. They walked up to him and were like, hey, you're not from here, you know, you need to leave. And then he just says, touch me and find out what happens. And he just pulls a knife out and stabs the kid in the heart. And them are the two agendas being pushed. And guess what? Not you, not Tony, not me know what the fuck happened that day there. We don't know. All we know is some kid. Fuck, all you're going to look at is the skin color. But some kid that day, some 17-year-old boy that could be Tony's child, my child, anybody's child, lost their life that day. That shouldn't have happened. But what happened that day, nobody knows. We don't know. We weren't there. Only the people who were there really know what happened. We don't know. So what side of the story do you believe, since you've heard two stories?
This is my side.
I don't
The story
got a
that
side.
I've heard, according to the news.
I do not have a side, nor am I picking a
Me
side
neither.
for that.
But according to, that's why we're asking the people, the viewers out there, we want your opinion. You heard Jesse's story.
That's not my story. Them are the two
What he
stories I heard.
On the, would you hear this on the Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, whatever?
I don't have Facebook.
I heard that on Facebook.
I have YouTube,
I
which
heard it
plays the news,
on YouTube.
which plays TikTok videos, which plays everything.
According to these two stories I heard, one story says that they used to bully this kid. That this was going on before this. They used to bully this kid. Some lady was saying, I don't know if it was the mom or some.
Did they go to his school to bully him?
Huh?
Did they go to that kid's school to bully him?
No, they lived close to each other.
Oh, okay.
According to the story, they lived close to each other and they used to bully the kid. So this lady's argument was,
Damn white
This
bullies.
they used to bully him. She's like, a lot of kids have lost their lives over bullying because they don't open their mouth. I still don't think that's like that tragic.
Okay, hold on.
To you
So-
to be carrying a knife to stab
So
someone. I don't-
basically it was a Columbine High deal?
No. So she's saying that they used to bully him, right? This and that. They used to have problems. They live close. This and that. All right. The other story I
I
heard
don't know how close
was
they live. I gotta Google that.
that the black kid used to try to argue and fight them and always be hostile with them. But supposedly they were both stars. Now, some people's kids from the school that I don't even know how you're allowed to go interview kids in school, so that must have been a fake video about some little girl saying that that she doesn't know. She was like, they just asked him to move, and I don't know where he
I don't
took a
believe
knife
that.
and
no.
stabbed them.
I'm not taking sides, but I don't believe that they just
so
asked him.
I'm like, how crazy can you be?
I'm not taking sides, but I don't believe that he
And
just
that you just, I mean, we have anger issues.
Yeah.
And I still can't
I
just,
would never just stab somebody.
Stab
No,
somebody.
I fight first.
I just can't.
That's what I said last night. I'll show you the video. Remember? I
Now, a
talked
lot
about
of people want to use the racist card on that.
this. Yep,
Some
because all they
people-
see skin color.
Some people want to say it's the black culture. Other people want to say, oh, they put that culture on us. But what are your thoughts on it? No, we don't want to pick sides, and we're not picking sides.
I'm not. I won't pick sides with that.
But
I can
I-
show you the police report instead of what you're seeing on the news and what you're hearing from me and him. I can show you the police report right now on what the police report says what happened.
I just think that no matter what,
We'll find out in court.
there's no reason for you to just kill someone. Right? Like,
No, nobody should have lost their life that day, but I don't feel like people on YouTube right
how
now.
can you trust your kids to go to school meets now? If it's not shooting,
Because-
stabbings.
Because that's a random.
Oh wait,
That's
wait,
random.
that's not even it. Do you know a kid that was 17 years old that supposedly felt like they were gonna do something and he grabbed the rifle and shot some people?
No.
Well, now they're
Kyle
trying.
Rittenhouse?
I think so.
Okay, go.
So they're putting saying, well,
Them
he
ones
felt
are-
threatened but never got attacked and he killed some people, right? This black kid supposedly got threatened and attacked and he killed some people, but the other guy is free, but because he's black, he's getting locked up. That's what they're posting on Facebook at the moment. That's what
But
they're
you see, they don't tell you the other guy had to go to court just like this guy's gonna have to go to court. You see, you hear that type of story, what you just heard from him. You didn't hear the rest of it, and that's like a narrative being pushed right there.
He
Hold on.
went to court.
Let me tell
They
you
even
how
wanted to
long he
kill
fought.
this kid
Let me,
before he
yeah,
went
let
to
me
court.
tell you how long Kyle Rittenhouse fought in court, fought for his life, was called a racist, and not only did he just fall on the ground, the guy in the video you can see has a gun too. The guy in the video.
They don't show you that. They don't show you
Oh,
that.
you do? I watched the whole trial. I watched the whole trial of that, dude.
Is it
That
still on
poor
YouTube?
kid. Yeah, that
Go
poor
search
kid.
It up. So if you think we're not,
Kyle
go search it
Rittenhouse
up.
is his name. I knew that's who he was talking about because he said he fell down and shot. So, dude, and not only that, the one dude was a a sex offender.
What would you do to that?
He didn't know that. He didn't even know that. Kyle Rittenhouse didn't know that.
But if I knew that,
Dude, and guess what? Another thing, Kyle Rittenhouse was called racist. Every person that was shot was white. You don't see everything you just heard from him. Hold
you
on.
see what the media is putting?
Yeah, everything you just heard from him is exactly what you hear from the media. You don't hear the rest of it. So you can't just take them clips. You need to know everything.
Go search your own
Because
thing.
like he
We're
just
showing
said,
the people that we're not stupid, see?
they're
We're not
comparing
dumb.
this situation to Kyle Rittenhouse. Well, good. This kid's got to go to court too, just like Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse had a bond. Kyle Rittenhouse went through hell and still is today.
According to the news too, supposedly the mom and dad both went to do a fundraiser for the one of the twins that got killed. That both of the parents went and had a fundraiser for the kid. And they said, they came back with a story that said that they did the same thing for, what's his name? Carmelo Anthony.
Oh.
And that supposedly they went and they suspended all those donations so that he don't have money to defend himself.
They
No,
did.
I didn't know they could do that shit. What did they come
Because
up with
theirs
this?
was GoFundMe, Kyle Rittenhouse's wasn't. Kyle Rittenhouse's was private. You hear me? Kyle Rittenhouse's was privately because no one wanted to fuck with them.
But do you think they'll tell you that on the news?
Yeah, GoFundMe has a terms and service like everything else. And on their terms and service, guess what they don't do? Support any type of criminal behavior or activity. So if you're trying to do a GoFundMe on a GoFundMe for somebody who's convicted or charged of something, they'll take it down and return the money to the senders. You see you have to know what you're talking about here. Same thing happened to Kyle Rittenhouse here, but Kyle Rittenhouse got private funded.
Well, here's what we just showed you. We're just two regular people, but we're smart, huh? You saw we gave you questions, what media says, what's doing your research says, and what knowing a little bit.
And you get to see, like this is what the media is telling you, and this is what they're leaving out. This is what they're leaving out while they're comparing this person to that person. They're leaving all the hell this person went through out. This shit just started with the whole Carmelo Anthony situation. Just started. He's gonna have to go to court, and guess what? He's not being deemed as right now. Guess what,
All
Carmelo?
the media judges are already making decisions. They even haven't been to court.
Carmelo Anthony is not being deemed as some violent criminal or anything. He's being deemed as a hero right now. Just like George Floyd.
He hasn't been to court.
He hasn't even been convicted.
And what does the system say in America? Prove it what?
Guilty. I mean,
Until
no, innocent.
it proves innocent until proven
Yeah.
guilty.
Gets guilty till
Yeah,
proven innocent.
we're at a mess up right now.
But we're
But
not going to get into that. It's guilty till proven innocent. And
But-
you know it.
see, so you see that two regular people.
Yeah, and why we did
Teach you
this,
a little bit.
why we even talked about this little bit, is so people will sit there and not take sides right away because one, people are only seeing skin color right here. This is what people are seeing in that situation because like I said in my video last night, if that was black on black or white on white, guess what wouldn't be happening? This conversation about it.
It wouldn't even be news.
Nope, we wouldn't be hearing about it. BLM wouldn't be supporting anybody involved in it.
But here's a black and white kid.
That's why it's so important right now. And let me tell you how important it would have been. Oh, let me tell you how much more important this would be if the white kid stabbed the black kid. No, let's talk about that.
See, that's something people.
No,
don't
no.
talk about.
Here, there's the black community right now. There's a lot of people there saying that white kid got what he deserved. Listen, that white kid got what he deserved. This is what they're saying. I'll show you them videos. Not what I'm saying.
You'll say that when it's not your.
Because no, but listen, because he was told, don't touch me, and then he touched him, and like he got what he deserved, right?
Self-defense supposed to people, that's what's
To them,
you
to
think
them.
just kill someone else?
But if it was the white kid who did it to the black kid, they wouldn't be saying that. You get what I'm saying? So they're hypocrites. They wouldn't be saying those words, Tony, and you know, and I don't know. They wouldn't say that boy deserved that. They wouldn't say that. They're saying it right now though because he's white. If he was black, they wouldn't be saying that shit. These same people, they'd be asking for him to get hung. The kid who stabbed him, the same people who are vowing for him, protesting for Carmelo Anthony. If Carmelo Anthony was the one who died, they would be wanting that white man to be hung right now. And you know it.
They're right.
The whole world.
I would-
Everyone would be
Right.
condemning him. Everyone, your side, my side, the black side. Dude, every side would be condemning him if he was white. But since he's not, look what's happening. We're sitting here having a conversation about it. A long conversation. Dude, that's how fucked the world is. But I'm glad I have a friend. I can say this. I'm glad I have a friend that I can talk about this shit to because you guys know on here, and we don't have people right now, but the people on here get to watch the videos after when I unlock them, if they're not copyrighted. And they get to hear my shit alone all the time. They don't get to hear nobody else's. And you help me point stuff out. You help me think of.
And do us a favor, share the damn video. Have someone else watch it. Just
I
like
never
it.
ask.
Nah, fuck it. Like this is how we get information out there. Stop. It's just not those professionals sitting on a bunch of expensive lights. Yeah, we wish we had that too. I'm not a hater.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish I had that too. But sometimes
We're not-
regular people can trust you a little more what you're talking about.
Yeah, we sitting in here in the dirty hallway.
My perfect English.
At least
you
you
know?
can hear it with our perfect English. We're sitting in a hallway. At least they can hear us for sure. Because it echoes.
Para nuestros televidentes en español.
Sí.
You hear that shit? For all reviewers in Spanish, please.
Tell them, Tony, in Spanish.
CCTV.
Tell them in
There's
Spanish.
captions. I hope YouTube does that shit.
We got captions, just not live right now.
There you go. There you go. Understand what
Tell
we're
them in
saying. If it
Spanish.
ain't in Spanish, we'll do it in Spanish.
Tell them in Spanish that you support Donald Trump.
Never done just in English.
He don't want to say it.
Soporte a nuestro presidente. Remember,
I support Donald Trump
he's still here.
for another term, for a third term.
Yeah, he's not running out there, right?
No, not, dude. I didn't think presidents were allowed
But
to.
he's trying to change that.
I think he's trying to warp the law into, is what I think. I don't think presidents can have 3 terms unless there's like some type of event that stops elections from happening, some type of war that's going on already, or something major, you know, like it would be the only way. So what would you do at the end of your term, sir? War 3?
Guys, you gotta understand that every time a president is about to
Leave off.
leave his office, something happens. We don't get some signals, we get some water.
Something fucked up, yeah.
Y'all gotta prepare for that shit. Start doing
Every
phone
4
calls,
years,
right?
yep, start preparing on the 3rd year right before election time.
Yeah.
I got some water and some
Get-
cans of
get-
food
get
for me
stuff,
and
guys.
Tony,
She's gonna get.
because Ronnie told me he wants to meet out at the hut, not at the caves down there, and dude, I'm dead set on the caves. Tony, caves got water.
There's a lot of workers there, man.
Oh,
Right here.
what?
The hut.
That's close, yeah.
Yeah, that shit's.
It's like a
Can they come
graveyard.
plant close to it? It's like it's bombed. We're
Graveyard.
fucked.
There's a graveyard up there already.
Ronnie, no.
Because I want to go to the caves.
Well, let's hope we don't get to that. But if it
Never,
happened,
yeah.
what would you do? What would you do if we went to war and nuclear shit?
Too fucking
You know it's not gonna be
dangerous.
bombs. This is gonna be nuclear bombs. Where'd you go?
I can hear drunk bitches.
Yeah, we got people around
They're arguing, huh? You hear the guy?
here. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Snapchat.
And TikTok.
And TikTok.
I've never faced one soul to do that, dude. In fact, last night you can hear me telling them, I don't want your likes. You hear me last night? I was like, I don't give a fuck about your
You watch
likes.
your likes.
told him that last night. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Hey, imagine that if you support it, we get lights. You can see us better. Look how dark it is. I can put my.
We can get lights.
Right.
You can see us better. There. You can see Tony.
Like those lights that.
It's called Talking with Tony 2025, this episode. You know, I might not see Tony for 2 weeks, 2 months. Seriously, that's how our friendship is. I might see him for 2 weeks straight.
And then.
Then not see him for a month. And neither one of us, it's like we just get into our own life for a little bit and I shut down and Tony's got his own stuff, you know. And it's not a mutual thing there.
But I'm glad we can record this for you guys.
So much.
Now we could do it more often, you know, we had questions.
Yeah, we actually were talking about starting a whole channel called Outdoor Brothers.
The outdoor duo.
The Outdoor Dudes. Or the Outdoor Duo, yeah.
If you
I
like,
like outdoor
if you like
dudes.
exploring, knowing
Fishing.
wildlife, fishing, we're gonna be doing that.
Learning about like how to get water from freshwater streams, where to
With
find
regular shit, not all that expensive gear that
Yeah, just a phone.
like you don't even have the money sometimes to buy all that shit.
I'm just bringing a phone with. But I would like to have one of those swivel. Have you ever seen that? It's a like selfie stick and the phone
Yes.
swivels. It holds in place while you can swivel
You
it.
like to.
Yeah, and the phone's like held steady. I do want one of those. So. Because imagine that up there on the cliff where we go out there by the creek, the Pagan Creek, where we cross to the train tracks and then we go up them rocks. Remember where I showed you? And you like the view of it. Remember you can see the whole valley from up there. I'd like to have one of those selfie sticks from up there.
So high.
It's
You
about
guys fucking love it.
one of the highest places you can get around here. It is about one of the highest places you can get around here. That spot. Around here.
We can talk about music. Now, I don't know if Jesse talks about sports, but I'm a big fucking sports fan. You guys want to argue about sports?
Oh, my football season's over.
Well, it's coming back. Hey, but NBA, what's up?
I don't
I got for you guys that like sports. I got OKC, man, and the Clippers. I don't like the Lakers, to be honest with you. I got a lot of talk shit about that because I don't like the Lakers. I don't like LeBron in general.
And I would lie if I said I knew shit about basketball today. I don't. My fucking favorite team's the Phoenix Suns. Has been since I was a
You're
kid.
doing terrible right now.
Yep, we're doing terrible when I was a kid.
KD's gonna get this year. He's done with the Suns. They didn't. He's been in so many big threes and it's just.
Dude, the last time I actually really watched basketball, really was into basketball, dude, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman were all playing for the Chicago Bulls.
I call that the real man
Barkley-
era playing. Because now you get pushed. All these guys are
Charles
skinny as
Barkley
hell.
and the gang were playing for the Phoenix Suns.
Back then those niggas was jacked. Now these are slim little alien looking fucks.
Or one big one. You got a bunch
I'm
of
sorry for the
small,
bad words.
you got a bunch of small ones and one big one there, you know.
Victor Wembanyama already got hurt. What's your 7'4" size for? You're gonna get hurt. They're flimsy, man.
Flimsy. And then you have one big one, you know, like LeBron James type of shit.
Look at that OKC.
Sure.
Chat, or whatever his name is.
Shaquille.
Holmgren.
Back when he played for the Orlando Magic. Shaquille O'Neal. Remember
Well,
that?
he-
That's when I played. That's when I watched basketball, actually. I have not watched, I don't know who the fuck plays today except for LeBron James. It's the fucking biggest name I hear all the time. And then there's another guy.
Remember Kobe?
Kobe Bryant, yeah.
Was she dead in a helicopter too?
Mm-hmm. He was the first big. Simpsons predicted that.
Angel Reese hating because the white girl's getting all the money.
White.
Caitlin Clark, I love Caitlin Clark,
Oh,
guys.
my.
I love that girl. She can
I
play.
know who that is, the basketball.
Yeah, she's from Iowa, man. She can play. And the fact that just because she's white and they were hoping it was a black chick dominating the game, It's annoying as fuck hearing this shit every day in ESPN. Even Stephen A. Smith said.
Dude, I hear about that now. I
Yes.
watch
Like,
that.
dude, the bitch can play better than the girl can play better than everybody else. Why you guys hating?
I hear about that and I don't even watch basketball.
Why you guys hating?
I know who Caitlin Clark is, and I don't watch it.
She's a
No.
star, man.
I've never watched a women's basketball
Me
game
neither.
in my life.
I heard Caitlin Clark. That's when I even paid attention to a women's NBA.
Yeah,
Before that,
and I still haven't, but I
I
don't.
didn't even know what's the teams. What's Chicago's team?
Those.
No, for the females.
Don't.
See, I don't even
I would
know.
never know that.
Holy shit, we don't know.
Serena Williams.
That's tennis. That's tennis, guys. That's
I
tennis.
know. I was talking about the team name of the team, but yeah, that's how much I know.
Yeah, maybe I'm the fuck up there. But it's sad, you know, cause listen, man, most of the sports are dominated by black people. You hear this shit all
Except
the
for
time.
hockey and golf. And that even got taken over for a while.
But who owns the teams? Nobody likes to talk about that.
Yeah. Hope your bike's still down there.
I was
No.
talking about the Ferrari Avatar.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. We call it the bike.
Horsepower.
You know, we're humble. He calls it the bike.
She make you guys
Humble, yeah. You don't want people feeling jealous. I know.
This is good right here.
That's it going off right now.
These boots
Hear
cost
it?
$300. Oh, the alarm is on. Where's my keys?
I think they're
Can't find my
inside.
fucking keys.
Use your phone. Use your phone.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There.
Yeah.
Good job.
You see that?
Yeah, he got it.
Proudest technology, man.
Oh. There.
But things that, you know, we're giving you guys a lot of subjects here. What about the Teslas? What do you guys think about this? You guys like him? You guys hate him? You like him?
Teslas, I like the one that's got armor,
The Cybertruck.
the Cybertruck. I like that one, but no, I don't like electric cars.
I hate electric cars.
I don't like electric cars,
Why?
but it's not because of Tesla. It's not
I
because
just don't like it
Elon
because
Musk.
there's certain parts you wouldn't have shit to
Hey,
charge. It's
listen,
just-
that situation is phony as fuck, because there's a lot of people who own Teslas, and all of a sudden, they don't like Teslas and they don't support it. That's ridiculous.
We know why, right?
Yep, because he supports Donald Trump.
One thing I will say is when they started saying that electric cars are gonna change the world for pollution and all that is bullshit.
Bullshit.
Come on, man. Where do you think you got a mind to get all the cells from? Still mining, so do it again.
Yeah, and you know,
Secondly, batteries what? Take 10 years
batteries are horrible.
to maybe recycle them.
And
Still
to
got
make,
this stuff.
and to make them. And the people don't think about that.
Just like windmills. But people don't talk about that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, to make that shit, dude, it takes a lot of energy. A lot. You know, people don't like to talk about that. Then it takes a lot of energy to charge them. Fucking dude, people don't talk about the truth of that. Now, I don't like electric cars, but it's not because of nothing to do with Elon Musk, dude.
They're too expensive too.
Yeah, I'm just not, look, it's not Teslas for me. I'm just not an electric car guy.
I like old school.
Yeah, I like
Give it old school.
I like fucking like old 80s cars, you know, where you step on the gas and the back tires peel. Yep. Them are my kind of cars right there. Or nice trucks. Or nice trucks. I like trucks.
Some Rams, Dodge, Fords, you know.
But, you know, what do the people think about Tesla? Why do you not like Tesla cars?
Or do you like this?
Or do you like it?
Because
Why
somebody
do
say
you?
you guys can afford it, that's why no, man.
It's not, no, it's not because I can't.
It's your preference.
If I could afford a Tesla, I wouldn't go buy a Tesla. I'd buy something.
I wouldn't waste it. I could buy 3 cars now.
Me and you would buy a house before we bought a
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
fuck that, dude. We'd buy a house, even if it was a cheap little bit fixer upper.
But in reality, we would love to buy acres of land
Oh, that's what my goal. Oh, check it out.
and just build it on.
Man, dude, fuck this, dude. Watch this. I've been looking.